Hey guys, so today we're going to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw, Sneak Peek. January, New Year's Day. You know how you're supposed to come up with a list of resolutions at the beginning of the year to try to make yourself a better person? Well, the problem is it's not easy for me to think of ways to improve myself because I'm already pretty much one of the best people I know. So this year my resolution is to try and help other people improve. But the thing I'm finding out is that some people don't really appreciate when you're trying to be helpful. I think you should work on chewing your potato chips more quietly. Chew. One thing I noticed right off the bat is that the people in my family are doing a lousy job sticking to their New Year's resolutions. Mom said she was going to start going to the gym today, but she spent the whole afternoon watching TV. And Dad said he was going to go on a strict diet, but after dinner I caught him out in the garage stuffing his face with brownies. Slork, slork. Even my little brother Manny couldn't stick with his own resolution. This morning he told everyone he's a big boy and he's giving up his past for good. Then he threw his favorite binky in the trash. Clap, 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 clap. Well, that New Year's resolution didn't even last a full minute. Suck, suck, suck. The only person in my family who didn't come up with a resolution is my older brother Roderick, and that's a pity because his list should be about 1.5 miles long. So I decided to come up with a program to help Roger to be a better person. I called my plan 3 strikes and you're out. The basic idea was that every time I saw Roger messing up, I'd mark a little X on his chart. Well, Roger got all 3 strikes before I even had the chance to decide what you're out meant. Punch, punch, punch. Anyway, I'm starting to wonder if I should just bag my resolution too. Because it's a lot of work and so far I haven't made any progress. Besides, after I reminded Mom for the billionth time to stop chewing her potato chips so loud, she made a really good point. She said, everyone can't be as perfect as you, Gregory. And from what I can see so far, she's right. Thursday. Dad's giving me this diet thing another try, and that's bad news for me. He's gone about 3 days without eating any chocolate, and he's been super cranky. The other day, after Dad woke me up and told me to get ready for school, I actually fell back asleep. Believe me, that's the last time I'll make that mistake. Wake up, yank! Part of the problem is that Dad always wakes me up before Mom's out of the shower, so that I still have 10 more minutes before I need to get out of bed for real. Yesterday I came up with a pretty good way to get some extra sleep without making Dad mad. After he woke me up, I took all my blankets down the hall with me and waited outside the bathroom for my turn in the shower. Then I laid down right on the top of the heater vent, and when the furnace was blowing, the experience was even better than being in bed. Whoosh. The problem was the heat only stayed on for about 5 minutes at a time, so when the furnace wasn't running, I was just lying there on this cold piece of metal. Chatter, chatter, chatter. This morning, while I was waiting for Mom to be done with her shower, I remember someone gave her a bathrobe for Christmas. So I went into her closet and got it. Let me just say that was one of the smartest moves I ever made. Wearing that thing was like being wrapped in a big, fluffy towel that just came out of the dryer. In fact, I liked this so much I even wore it after my shower. I think Dad might have been jealous he didn't come up with the robe idea first because when I came to the kitchen table, he seemed extra grumpy. Morning. I tell you, women have the right idea with this bathrobe thing. Now I'm wondering what else I'm missing out on. I just wish I had asked for my own bathrobe for Christmas because I'm sure Mom is going to make me give hers back. I struck out on gifts again this year. I knew I was in for a rough day when I came downstairs on Christmas morning, and the only presents in my stocking were a stick of deodorant and a travel dictionary. I guess once you're in middle school, grown-ups decide you're too old for toys or anything that's actually fun. But then they expect you to be all excited when you open the lame gifts they get you. Math is rad. It'll help you to get a jump start on algebra. Most of my gifts this year were books or clothes. The closest thing I got to a toy was a present from Uncle Charlie. When I unwrapped Uncle Charlie's gift, I didn't even know what it was supposed to be. It was this big plastic ring with a net attached to it. Uncle Charlie explained that it was a laundry hoop for my bedroom. He said I was supposed to hang the laundry hoop on the back of my door, and it would make putting away my dirty clothes fun. Toss. At first I realized it was a joke, but then I realized Uncle Charlie was serious. So I had to explain to him that I actually don't do my own laundry. I told him that I just throw my dirty clothes on the floor, and Mom picks them up and takes them downstairs to the laundry room. Then a few days later, everything comes back to me in nice folded piles. I told Uncle Charlie that he should just return the laundry hoop and give me cash so I could buy something I could actually use. That's when Mom spoke up. She told Uncle Charlie that she thought the laundry hoop was a great idea. Then she said that from now on I'll be doing my own laundry. So basically it ends up that Uncle Charlie got me a chore for Christmas. It really stinks that I get such crummy gifts this year. I put in a lot of effort buttering people up for the past few months, and I thought it would pay off on Christmas. Now that I'm responsible for my own laundry, I guess I'm kind of glad that I got a bunch of clothes. I might actually make it through the whole school year before I actually run out of clean stuff to wear. Monday, when me and Riley got to our bus stop today, we found a nasty surprise. There was a piece of paper taped to our street sign, and it said that effective today, our bus route was rezoned. And what that means is that we have to walk to school. Well, I'd like to talk to the genius who came up with that idea, because our street is almost a quarter mile from the school. Me and Riley had to run to make it to the school on time today. And what really stunk was when our regular bus passed by, it was full of kids from Worley Street, the neighborhood right next to ours. The Worley Street kids made monkey noises when they passed us, which is really annoying because that's exactly what we used to do when we passed them. Ooh, ooh, ee, pant, pant. I'll tell you that one reason it's a bad idea to make kids walk to school. These days, teachers give you so much homework that with all the books and papers you have to carry home, your backpack ends up weighing like 100 pounds. And if you want to see what kind of effect that has on kids over time, all you have to do is look at Roderick and some of his friends. Speaking of teenagers, Dad scored a pretty big victory today. The baddest teenager in our neighborhood is this kid named Lenwood Heath, and he's probably kind of like Dad's arch enemy. Dad has probably called the cops on Lenwood Heath about 50 times. That gotta be rotten teenagers. Clang. I guess Lenwood's parents got sick of this act because they sent him off to a military academy. You would have think that would make Dad pretty happy, but I don't think he'll be satisfied until every teenager on the planet gets sent off to juvenile hall or a cat res or something. And that includes Roderick. Yesterday, Mom and Dad gave Roderick some money to buy books so he could study for the SATs, but Roderick spent all the money on the tattoo instead. I've still got a little more time before I turn into a teenager, but the minute I do, I guarantee you that Dad will be looking for the first chance to ship me out. Monday. For the past week or so, Manny has been getting out of bed every night and coming downstairs. Hi. Instead of putting him right back to bed, Mom lets Manny stay with us and watch TV. It's really not fair because when Manny is with us, I'm not allowed to watch any of the shows I like. All I can say is when I was a kid, there wasn't any of this getting out of bed stuff. I did once or twice, and Dad put a stop to it real quick. There was this book Dad used to read to me every night called The Giving Tree. It was a really good book, but the back of it had a picture of the author, this guy named Shel Silverstein. But Shel Silverstein looks like a burglar or a pirate than a guy who should be writing books for the kids. Dad must have known the picture kind of freaked me out because one night after I got out of bed, Dad said, "If you get out of bed again tonight, you'll probably run into Shel Silverstein in the hallway." That really did the trick. Ever since then, I still don't get out of bed at night, even if I really need to use the bathroom. I don't think Mom and Dad read Manny any Shel Silverstein books, which probably explains why he keeps getting up after they put him to bed. I've heard of some stories Mom and Dad read to Manny, and let me just say that the people who write these books have a really have a racket going. First of all, there are hardly any words in them, so I'm sure it only takes about 5 seconds to write one. Silly bear yawning, silly bear sad, silly bear sleeping, silly bear glad. The end. I told Mom what I thought of Manny's books, and she said if they're so easy to write, then I should try writing one myself. So that's exactly what I did. Trust me, it wasn't hard either. All you have to do is make up a character with a snappy name, and then make sure the character learns the lesson at the end of the book. Now all I have to do is mail this thing off to the publisher and wait for the money to start rolling in. Wise Up, Mr. Sharp by Greg Heffley. Once upon a time, there was this man named Mr. Sharp who thought all these crazy thoughts. I don't know much, but I do know one thing. Polar bears are some useless animals. One day, Mr. Sharp took a ride on his car. Here I go, but then, oops. And then, Mr. Sharp, you would have drowned, but luckily Tobuck here was sitting on an iceberg and he saved your life. And so, before I said the polar bears were some useless animals, but now I can see that not every polar bear is so useless after all. The end. See what I mean? The only thing I noticed after I finished the book was that I forgot to make a rhyme, but the publisher is going to have to pay me extra if they want that. Saturday. Well, after spending the last 2 weeks walking to school, I was really looking forward to kicking back and doing nothing for 2 days. The problem with watching TV on a Saturday is that the only thing that's on is bowling or golf, plus the sun comes through our sliding glass window, and you can barely see the TV screen anyway. That's a spare, Dave. Today I wanted to change the channel, but the remote was on the top of the coffee table. I was all comfortable in my bowl of cereal in my lap, so I didn't really want to get up. I tried using the force to make the remote levitate to me, even though I tried it a million times before, and it never worked once. Today I tried about 15 minutes and concentrated really hard, but with no luck. I just wish I'd known that Dad was standing right behind me the whole time. Dad told me I was going to have to go outside and get some exercise. I told Dad I exercise all the time, and this morning I used the bench press he got me. But I should have come up with something more believable, because it was obviously that wasn't true. See, the reason Dad is on my case about exercise that is because he's got this boss named Mr. Warren, and Mr. Warren has 3 boys who are these crazy sports fanatics. Dad sees the Warren kids outside in their front lawn every day on his way home from work, and his carpool goes by their house. 48, 49, 50. Alright guys, so we finished the sneak peek of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw, and I'll see you guys next time.